All right, here we go. So we're gonna start. Hi. Okay, we're gonna start the reading because I'm early enough where I can re-explain it. Okay, so here we go. So about his feelings, the first check on his feelings. So this is on the Leo. It lets me know that you've told I see when I ask about his feelings about you, it shows me that he's seeing your feelings. So this means that there's some kind of prejudgment, all right? Which means that there's something that you've revealed. And when I look closer, it's showing me that you're telling him something about some troubles. It doesn't seem family based. It seems love life based. So maybe you've told him that you've been through maybe some difficult dating. Being a Scorpio rising, I'm sure that you're very private, extremely private. But being an Aries sun, you are vocal and you're fine with it. So you're a mixture of very, very, very private and secretive, a little bit deceptive, and the Aries part is like honest, like I'm directed, I'm coming at this, let me talk. Okay. So in somewhere in there, you said things that you felt as a fire sign, all fire signs share that. They're direct. Like immediately, this is it. What's on the table, what you see is what you get. That's the impression of the fire sign. That's not no other element is like that. So you're gonna get that with Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius for a fact when they speak. It's like boom, right away. It's not that it's blunt because that's a whole other. Aquarius shares that with Scorpio and it shares that with Sagittarius, and even Cancer. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about like the way that they deliver the information is like, I'm not questioning it. Here it is, right? Yeah, exactly. The directness of a fire sign is very, very precise. So I do get that. Let me explain what he's seeing, and then you can kind of evaluate where that came from. I'm seeing that you feel like you're fighting off negativity and people, and it's too much for you. So this is like when a person says, it's just like, this is unbelievable. Like, it's just so stressful. Like, I can't, this is the impression that you made is someone trying to battle something that's bigger than them. So something very unfair, something very difficult. It also talks about, kind of making an impression without you realizing it that you're in hot water, that you're in I don't mean like in trouble, because you're not in any kind of trouble at all, but it's dealing with something that's like at a melting point. So you might have said, yeah, and I can't deal with this person, or, I don't know, but it's like, or maybe you told a story that, maybe you were, treated unfair or something like that, because it talks about him looking at you and looking at this surrounding you. So there's something that you said that he's like, damn, she's dealing with all that. Wow. And then there's a brighter side, because there's also a way that you presented it where you're like, yeah, but I'm okay now, or like, very positive, like, but I'm good now, or, I got this, very brave, very fast moving. So there's something about you that he also got the impression that you don't just like sit and rot. You get up and you're like, hell no, let me brush that off. Like, I gotta go. So this is like a fast energy. So he sees that impression. So that means when I first ask about feelings about you, and this is, first of all, it's normal because you just started out. Molded. Okay, I see what you're saying. I got you. Yeah, so that's where he got that. Yeah, okay. So so two things. When there's been some history between a man and a woman, and there's been a little bit of history together, when I check on his feelings, it shouldn't be an impression. That's natural when it's only been a few days or a week or maybe a couple weeks, and that's okay. That lets me know this is a healthy check, because his feelings are the impression you have been forming. There's not more than that because it's been 2 days, and that's okay. I am very Mercury when I think, so that's extremely Mercury. So that is why I read that way as well. Okay, so a very logical in sequence. Yeah. Okay. So that's normal. Let's keep going. What did I do here to my deck? Oh my God! What did I do here? Ah! I turned something upside. My Lord! One moment here. Dyslexic tarot. Seriously? Okay, I don't have time for this. I'm gonna grab another deck. Here we go. All right. It's yeah, I'm gonna stop it here. Not that it's incomplete or anything, but because there's not enough information on. Oh, by the way, what I'm staring at, what I'm staring at is I have different readings that I do, and different styles. I designed like hundreds of different kinds of readings, like Find My New Love or What's He Hiding, or, and then I do tableaus and so many things. So I have, notes on this reading, ask this question is, so that like my design. So that's what I'm looking at, like, what question am I on? Oh, I'm on question number 15, like I plot it out. Okay, so you got to realize with this man, there's not enough history. It's too fresh, it's too early. But I have the most important answers, but I don't have enough on both of you because you haven't lived enough together. You haven't. There's not enough history between both of you, so you can only pull from what it is without getting into his past or your past, which I don't want to do. All right, so let's go to the punchline of the reading. That's how I do things. I do things backwards. The person wants to know the answer. Let's go to the end. The big answer is, it seems like this man had a marriage of some kind, of fiance or baby mama, or I don't think he has kids, but there's like something there. There's something deep with, with this woman. I don't really care on the details, honestly. It's over, but they still deal with each other. And okay, so they still deal with each other. Is there a kid involved? I don't care for those details, but why I'm asking is because I see that they still deal with each other. So unless there's assets that are shared, okay. So that would be something that, okay. So that would be a reason to come back. All right. The thing is that they've seen each other in that way. At least they did a little bit after. And they are done, but it's not something that he wanted, and then he did, and she didn't, and then she did, and it's done. It's what I'm trying to tell you is, without this dragging out to be a reading on his past, like I said before, my interest is both of you, but it's heavy on that because he's not revealing a great deal about what they had, which is tasteful, because why the hell would you sit there on a first date or second date and say, by the way, it is completely over. They are good co-parents. Yes, it is. Today, in the current time, that is true. So let's clarify. So you got a reading called "What Is He Hiding?" and I told you that it wasn't eligible for that, but "Will This Work?" is the one that I'm doing because, So the involvement with the woman is heavy. The involvement with the woman is heavy. Personally, I think that, in general, I think someone young like you shouldn't deal with a person with baggage, but life is not perfect. And sometimes people end up happy, and and you gotta be open-minded. And sometimes people have kids already and stuff like that, and whatever, right? So a lot of people get together, and then later on they start a family and whatever, so like you can't, you know, it's you know, open-mindedness sometimes is okay, you know. So ideally though, I don't, you know, but then again, you'd probably be a really good stepmom too because you're very loving. So yeah, I guess, you know. So let's talk about this. So do I see that you're going to work out together? I see that you have a chance with magic. I don't think I've said that before. My answers to you through the years have been no. Or, yeah, I think you have a chance. No, I don't think I've ever said that before. I think everybody you've ever asked, I didn't like. Well, no, that's not true. Wait, no, that's not true. 1, 2, 3. No, there's 3 I liked. 2 that I liked. 2. Yeah, I have. Pisces and Pisces at that point in the beginning. I said, wait. No, wait, yeah. If this guy is, the most important part about this situation is that you're not breaking anything up, because that's very healthy and very important to be straight up and you know, I don't mess with anything breaking anything up, and you know, that's a no. So the fact that he's done and they have that door closed, yes. Now let's go a little bit back into the past, because you wanted to know what he's hiding. He's not really hiding anything. The only thing is that he has. I'm still gonna check anyway, a couple more things, but for the most part, yes. Let's address first the overall question. What's he hiding, even though this is not that reading, but you had that question. I would say that the only thing that he's hiding that concerns the relationship potentially, or you, would be that when they ended, they had a couple of romantic situations. That finished, and the end was ended, and it is closed, and it is. And you would have to understand that if you get involved with him, she is in his life, and it is a thing. You know, and you'll you know, he'll prioritize you later, and you know, if it evolves, and it's going to be honest. So he is honest. Yes, there's an honesty there. But I didn't like at first when I did the dice reading, I didn't like that there was someone in the picture there. I understand now it's because of the, but the thing is that they still have a friendship in the co-parenting. I don't mean they're buddy. No. I don't mean that they call each other for everything in their life. But they have a certain confidence with each other, you know. Yeah, I see. Yeah, well, they don't need to. People can co-parent in many different styles. I read for thousands of people that have different relationships with the co-parent. Some are toxic, some are brutal, some are very just like, there's the door, and some are, all right, and then some are really friendly, and some are still best friends. It's kind of very weird, but yeah. In this particular case, she is familiar to him, so he's comfortable. So any new female that comes into the picture and becomes something solid for him, let's potentially say you. If you were hypothetically going to be his girlfriend, permanent girlfriend, and then eventually fiance and so forth, it's going to take a little bit for you to be that anchor, for you to be that trust, because he has nobody to fill in that gap, but she doesn't really fill it, but she's the last person that they did have that connection, so they do share things. So you're still the outsider because a little bit of him is still closed off. He's open, but he's closed off. So you would have to warm that up, and then he'll start seeing it like, okay, no, she's my girl, she's the one I go to, and then he'll bond and everything. So it's going to take a little bit of work, a little bit of patience with this guy. All right, so I see that naturally, if left alone, the relationship, the potential relationship, I see that it won't turn into a romance. Meaning boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't mean anything smoochies or anything. I mean like boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't see that it's going to turn into a committed relationship unless magic is done in this particular case. Why is that? There's something I don't think I say this to so many, like, it's very rare for me to say this to somebody, but you already know that. It has to do with certain things in the person's destiny line, and in your particular case, magic is destined, so magic plays a role in your life that's unique, and stuff like that. The whole closed practice thing and all that you belong to and all of that. So that's why it's different. It doesn't mean that people in closed practices do it like that. It's just that there's something destined uniquely with you that you need that help in that way, but you don't need it for career. Not really. But you did get it for career. Actually, I forgot. You did do something for career, so that was something important. Yeah, so okay, that's fine. So you always have a magic touch for things, and that's okay. For you in particular, it works. Other people, everybody's different. I say that because other people could listen to this and be very confused and be like, oh my God, doesn't apply. It's just for you. This reading is just for you. Okay, so, all right. Now, should you let this one slide? No. I do not believe you should let this one slide. I think this can work with this guy. You do have options. You can keep dating, and you can meet a person that wants to be with you. Okay, there's a couple of things I'm sorry I'm going back and forth. I'm not really going back and forth. I'm trying to do a reading for you to connect to you, but I get worried that other people are going to listen to this reading publicly and then apply what I'm saying to them and then confuse them when this reading is just for you. Because I get people going, oh, but I resonate. No, it's not to do with you. So, and then they can come back. You said that. No, I didn't. It's not to you. So it's, stressful sometimes on the stream when you get really deep. Okay, let's start off. You have a very specific thing in your chart. You have a very specific thing in your chart that is, you have a Venus Kazemi. And that means a lot of different things to different people. But in your particular case, there's no way to simplify it. It's very complicated. But in your particular situation, you go for what you shouldn't. Your passion, drive, and your mind, your head space, your direction, your manifestation pursues what you shouldn't, like what's toxic, what's poisonous, what you shouldn't do. And then it puts you in a jam. So when you think with your Venus, Venus is impacting your mind. So you have a conflict between the heart and the head, what the heart wants and what the head wants. And that is why magic in your case can sever both and let a good result occur in your particular situation. So this guy, so you have options. You can either keep dating because you deserve somebody that you don't have to go through all that fuss, like the one Pisces and then the other Pisces at the beginning were scenarios that organically were going to unfold in a way where you didn't need to do more things, right? But things occur, and that's okay. So here we are. This person, I feel you shouldn't walk away from. I think this can be something good. It just needs a push. You don't need to go this route. You can keep dating and see what comes. But there is something significant with this connection. It doesn't mean that if you walk away from it, that's it. That's not true. You have a lot of chances. But this is the one, think of it like you're in the ocean and you have a net and you're netting for bait. And there's not a lot of bait at that time. And in that particular section that you're at, right? And geographically, you can't get your boat across to a different way. So you're in that section and you have this net open and you have like a few baits that came in. You can either go like that and sift it and say, you know what, I got these 3. I'm going to work with that. Or you're going to say, no, I'm going to put it down, let them go, and I'm going to take the boat and I'm going to wait till I can get the boat all the way over there and there's a bigger school of fish. I'm going to take that chance. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong here. It's just that in this particular case, this is one that will take, and it takes a push. You have to make that choice. I don't see there's anything hidden. I'm going to ask one more time anyway, in a different way. Let's talk about some other things in the reading. So we started off with his opinion of you, a bit strong, but he's a fire sign, so he gets it. Do you know his moon or rising? You probably don't know his rising. Do you know his moon? Do you know his birthday, month, day, year? It's kind of a weird question to ask on a date, unless you're open about astrology. Hey, what's your birthday? Oh, perfect. You know his day, month, day, and year? Okay, give me his... So give me his birthday, the month, the day, and the year. What year? Wow. Wow. He's a Leo sun with a Leo moon. He's got to be careful with circulation and his heart. You know that, right? Okay. Heart stuff. Heart. His heart. Overall cardio health. Okay. But yeah, he's a double Leo. Ay ay ay. Woof. Woofty woofty. Interesting. We don't know his rising, but I will. I can do a time correction. But you could just ask him later what time he was born. Okay. So a couple of things. One second here. I have to get clarification on this. Did I go over this part? Hang on a minute. Yes, Feruza, I hear you, baby kitty. Hi, Ruru. I see you, baby. She doesn't hear me. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, baby. Okay, so let's see. So this is trying to figure out. Okay. So there's going to be something going on with the there's going to be something going on with the Pisces and the Scorpio. I think we read about that before. Don't worry about that. I mean, I don't mean don't worry about it. I mean, like, you already know about it, you know, and you got that in the bag. So it's just coming up because there's not enough, history on both of you, but it's a love reading, so it's going to pick up on anything like that. No. I think it's, no, it's just making a reference from the stuff that came up before in the reading before. All right. So there's stuff on there. Let's see. Okay. So the energy with this guy pursuing you, or what's going to come from it, is very slow paced. So here's what I see. I see that this connection is going to continue. It's slow. It's good. I think if you understand too much about his past and his relationship, it could be toxic for you to hear those things, because my suggestion is learn about it later when you and him are very solidified, because I think if you go that route too soon, you're going to have a lot of like impressions and a lot of like not stuff you don't really. It could leave a mark. You're in some ways you're very strong and resilient. In other ways you're very tender. So it doesn't matter. There'll be plenty of time once you're both in a relationship for him to say, hey, I went through this and this and this. Learning about the past and how much he felt for her, blah, 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 blah. You don't need to hear those things. You just need to see what he feels for you. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is, he's very slow paced to pursue and stuff like that. Taurus males, Gemini males, and Leo males, and sometimes Aries males are the slowest to pursue a relationship with get up and go. And Aries males can go either way with pursual energy. They're interesting character, but Gemini's real mellow. You gotta kind of wait till the cookies bake in the oven. The whole thing. So there's nothing like in a hurry with this guy. And they're very when you start seeing like gifts and little presents and little things like that, or pretty things, you'll know you have the attention of the Leo, because that's how they roll. But it's slow, very slow, and it's fine. I think the window of time is not that long. You can't wait like 6 months. That's ridiculous. I guess a couple of months. I think 2 months. 2 months is a healthy time frame. Okay, so he's been giving you a lot of gifts, flowers. Okay, that's very Leo male, very Leo male. When the presents get fancier, then yeah. Okay, so within 2 months, so let me put it this way. A Leo male in the beginning is very much of detail. Okay. Is very much of detail. And they treat every female that they coax like that. Okay. That's a very strange conversation that you had, but okay. You said it, it's like, oh my God. Awkward, okay. I see what you're saying. But okay, so he'll do the flowers and it's very, yeah. But when you start getting really loved, like really liked, then you're like, yeah, mega. So yeah, so be aware. When he hears you have a favorite something, and then he runs to get it, and it's not all the time, but like, for certain occasions. So the first flowers and stuff like that, that's standard. Don't be fooled by the regular flowers from a Leo. That's their language. It's when they bump it up a notch or 2 or 3. That's when and it's not all the time. They're not, they're not just gonna think it's Christmas every day. It's not like that. but they're very tasteful, and they are one of detail, and if they know you have a favorite of something, they will get it, okay? Just the one or two occasions, and then stuff like that. So they're very correct and very romantic in a material sense, is Leo males. Okay, so yes, there is interest. Let me check if he's dating anybody else. Not at this time. I don't see anything committed or anything like that. Yeah, birthday, yeah. Okay, they're very detailed, and he will expect the same for his mother. Which, by the way, the relationship is like that. The mother is very important. Okay, yeah. The mother is very important. Is he from a different culture than you? Or from a different ethnicity? Something foreign about him? Yeah, but his mother in particular. His mother. So when you get close to him, okay, so no. Oh, I see. Okay, but from the same background as you, because that's a big term. So some people use that word incorrectly. In other words, what country of origin is he from? Even if he was born here, but what is his ethnicity, from what country? Or what countries, if his parents are from different backgrounds? Where are his origins? Okay. All right. So if unless he has your background from your parents' country of origin, then he's different than you, because that term is an incorrect term. It's a census term, and it's So that's what I'm saying. He would have to have the exact background. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. I got you. Okay. All right. So okay. So this is the situation that's going on. That's him being a Leo, a double Leo. So it's just part of who he is. It's part of the charm. It's just who he is. And I don't think he's trying to be flashy. You may misunderstand that part of him. Remember that Leo and Sagittarius speak the same language. Aries is the odd one out in the fire signs. Aries is the odd one out. There is a lot more that Leo and Sagittarius, they're like this. And Aries is like over here. So there's a lot of things that the fire signs have similar, but Aries speaks a very different language than those two. So you may misunderstand some parts of how he rolls. Now his progression, what is he, in his 30s? The 4th would be early Decan, so that would make him a progressed. Yeah, he's probably living as a progressed Libra. Moon and sun. I'm sorry, not the moon. No, the moon I have to check on the progression. But he's living probably as a progressed Libra, so that means that he has a certain way of liking, yeah, art, but like maybe actually this time collecting it or something. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Let's get to the nitty gritty, okay? Let's talk about the relationship. The problem I see you having with him. So number one, don't obsess about learning about his past. Number two, do not obsess too much about telling him about your past. Build up what you like together. Build up what you have together and let it flow. If you're a water sign, which you are a rising Scorpio and a Cancer moon, he may hurt your feelings sometimes because Leo is sometimes very available and there, and then they're just not. And then they are there, and then they're not. You will learn that ebb and flow because you are a fire sun, and that is your dominance. So it will be okay with you. You can handle his double fire because you are a fire sun. So, you can handle that. So it will be okay, but it's a learning curve, okay? Seeing things through your water moon, being that he has a fire moon, is a new language for you. That's okay. Okay, that's fine. That's sweet. I like that. I see that he's number 3. I see that he's going to be slow paced at your style. The way you are used to things was the fastness of it, the way it was with the Capricorn, which we don't like to mention, but it was the only thing that connected and took off and turned into a marriage. So that's the only comparable, unfortunately. That's the only real comparison because everything else has been a drag. So you're used to that. Aries and Capricorn is like that as well. Do it now. Let's do this now. Yes. So he's not too slow, but he has his own rhythm. And it may be very stressful for you in that aspect. So let me explain where I see the problem between both of you. Family. The problem with this relationship that I see is that you're going to have an issue with either his family will not like you, or his son might not like you, or the ex and the son and the family not like you, all of them, none of them, 3 of them, 8 of them, who cares? It's enough to cause enough problems between both of you that it can sour things. So that's why in this particular case, the way to address it is going to be very specific. You don't need help on the relationship itself between you and him. Once the removal, the hex removal was done, I told you that doors were going to open. Anything that was naturally, see, you did something very, very big, career, but also blessings from before that we don't talk about, the magical stuff. And I said to you, nothing should clog it. And now that you got the removal, now you're seeing the doors open. Things are flowing, things are going, right? Like what I told you. And you know, you don't need, this naturally came, right? Like it should. I like the connection. You have the choice to keep going and keep dating, but I think you should give it a chance. What I see that is difficult and where you need the extra push is the family. And your Venus Cazimi can play a role in going in a different direction because it can fire off your Aries temper. And you can deal with things in relationships. With a Leo, you gotta watch how you deal with things. Oh boy, do you have to watch out the way you deal with a Leo. They won't forget anything. You think a Cancer will hold on to shit? A Leo won't forget. Ever. Like ever. It's written in the universe. You did this. You said this. He warned you, huh? How did he warn you? I gotta hear this. How did he warn you? That's a Leo. He's a double Leo. He don't mess around. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so, yep, yeah. So, okay, now, the extra push that I see is going to be because you're going to have family problems. Yours might not like his, but you can handle yours. It's his. And you would think, oh, no worries, you'll be fine. No, ma'am. I'm seeing lots of problems with that. And it can sour things. He cannot deal with if he falls in love with you deeper and everything like that, and he sees that there's a big chaos in his life of the family, he'll cut that off with you because the family's there first. So you gotta get it right with the family and the Leo. In this particular case, I was reading once, will never reveal their information, but I was reading once for a young lady, and she was in love with a Leo. I won't even give her sign, I won't give anything. But, you know, I said, you know, it's gonna require you to do this and this and this. She was like, oh, forget it, no. I was like, oh, you're gonna need to if you like him, because there are rules. And she was like, nope, not dealing with it. Nope, next. And then, you know, 3 months later, she was like, oh my God, yes, I dealt with all these things. I cut the connection off. I couldn't take it. So you have the patience for it because you're very wife-minded, very family-oriented. You're very, you're not going to rambunctious, let's go party. No, you could be the life of the party, but you're very home. Like, you have that Cancer moon, so you're very like, the home, the connection, the love, let's just grow together, So that part is, mellows you a lot. What? So you don't feel anything for him? You're not sure about him? You're not. You're not. You're not. Okay, good. Good, really good. All right, so the reading is saying that there is a, okay, that's okay. That's okay. The reading is saying that there's a window of time that could expire if you wait too long. Let me explain. So if you're, usually I tell you, go see what happens, if you start feeling things, just, this is time sensitive. If you want this to work out and you want this guy, because you can't push love and you can't push interest and you don't, he's single, right? Completely single. He's interested in you. You like each other. You've had a couple dates. I see that this is a connection that's good. It's not the best in the world, but it's good. It's really good. It has a lot of potential. And it can become something amazing, but it has to get there. If you want this connection to work, you got to act very soon and not wait. But if you're not sure, then you're not sure. And that's where the Venus Cazimi comes in. Your heart, your emotions of what you desire can either take you really fast in the wrong direction or stop something. For example, go back to the Pisces. You didn't realize in the beginning what it was. And people were saying, not people, but your mom and I said to you, what are you doing? Hello, this one. And you're like, And then the other one, what are you doing? He's interested. Come on, Yeah. So with this one, you don't want this one to turn into the Pisces. So here I am telling you that if you follow your head and your mind's eye, where your heart is right now, because there's a confusion between the heart and the mind. If you follow it, because readings are for clarity, and you were confused, so I'm trying to give you clarity. I'm telling you, you like this guy, pursue it, whether you're not there or not. Because if you want this in the bag, you gotta solidify it and secure it, right? And if you don't, then you'll still be okay, and life will go on, and there's other suitors. But don't then cry about this one, because once something happens with this connection in particular, don't go back a year later crushing on him. Oh, but I wish I would have. No, it will be gone. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you like it, act on it. Now, if you act on it and you decide you get cold feet, you don't want to be in it, then that's fine. No harm done. You let it go. You keep living your life. I know you won't. I know you're going to be caught. I know that you're going to love this situation. This can work. This can work. At this point, it's... Let me ask something I'm curious about. The R that you asked me about on the crystal ball, was that the Sagittarius? Remember, there was R Pisces and R Sagittarius, same name. Was that the Sag you were asking about? Who was the one you were asking? Oh, what sign is he? Oh, okay. Okay, so this is, oh, I have to ask one more thing. Okay, so here's the okay, no, I had to ask about something. No, I got you. So here's the, I'm sifting through potential suitors and asking. This one can end up with a marriage with you. Your particular, you see, you got to realize, whoever's listening and whoever listens to this pre-recording or whatever is going on, I just want to say everybody has different destinies in love. Everybody has different paths. Everybody has a different story, different things. And for you in particular, that's cute. What size is it? Birthstones aren't real. Oh, is that an 8? Oh, your ring size is an 8? Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Birthstones aren't real. That was made up by the jewelry industry. Yeah, that was something that was made up in the 1920s. Anyway, I think I wrote about it one time, but when I had that thing. I think you read it. I don't remember. Yeah, I did a whole article on it. Yeah. Birthstones aren't real. They're not accurate. They're not real. It was made up. You just go with whatever stone you like, or a diamond. Yeah. Or whatever he picks, or whatever you want, whatever. That's up to you people. But I'm just saying that birthstones aren't really accurate. It was just a gimmick for sales. Yeah. Okay. Which makes sense, because the earth, flowers bloom in a certain month, a certain season, but the earth doesn't. Oh wait, let me make crystals only in October. Wait, we can only make this kind of crystal right now. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. There's no birthstone. There's seasonal flowers. No, I will finish yours. Yours is a short one. Yeah, I'll stay a little bit over and do yours, okay? Because she got a very long reading, very intense reading. Okay, so this one can end. This one can turn into a marriage. There are some things that you have to realize. You still need to stay with 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You still need to stay with 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can't behave in a way that is gonna change who you are. When he met you, he has seen a girl that, yeah, you're willing, but it's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can't now become your Cancer moon. Oh yes, and oh, with the baby, and and let's have little doggy. No, stop it. So you can't become all mushy, gushy shit. You have to stay with your, the way you're acting. Like you can't, he's got to keep giving you flowers, and you have to keep being like, oh, thank you. Okay, so you gotta don't be doing anything crazy now. All I'm saying is let him work hard. You continue to take baby steps, and you're going to run into some troubles soon with dingbats over there. The other two dingbats. This guy's very slow paced, so you're going to have to stay in that mode of very slow and act on it to solidify it, because there's going to be issues with the family. 100%. All right, and before it sours and he plugs out, you can have it in the bag. All right, and that's it. And then already naturally he's interested in you. He likes you. He's buying you things. He's interested. He's single. There's nobody else. You've invested. You've begun something. So you're not doing anything wrong with the magic. You're not forcing anything. You're protecting what I see coming. So it's very proactive, and it's coming in very benign, right? So I look at it that angle. You're not forcing somebody that doesn't want to. You're not. You're going with the flow. Okay? So this, if you protect it and you do things the right way that you're supposed to, and take it in stages, this could be a marriage for you. If you don't want to, and you want to choose something else, then it'll be a little while. You're going to have to wait a little while, maybe like a year or two, which is not that long. And you're going to have somebody else, and then you decide on that one. And that doesn't mean there's going to be no dating. You'll have lots of dates and stuff, but I'm saying like keepers, and you go on to the next option. You don't have to be you don't have to think that way. You can just live your life, and that's it. But if you're interested in this one, now's the time to act. The issue is that, and that's what I see. 1 second. Yeah, so that's it. That closes the reading. Okay, I hope that helps. Remember to follow the logical rules. Don't give yourself so easily. The same reason from before. The same reason from before. So he saw you like this one. If he catches wind that you like this other one, and this other one works with you, that's a problem. That's a shit show. The basic stuff. He wants you to date him and doesn't want anybody else. And if he can kind of be like, yeah, I'm his friend now, look, that's stupid crap. Does he work with you, this man? I don't think he does. I don't feel that he does. Does he work with you, this man, this Leo? Double Leo? Mr. Double Lion. No, he wants you to be his call girl. Yeah, that's what I figured. Good. That's a good thing, because that way they can, Tweedledee and Tweedledum can stay away from the Leo. Okay, that's it. That closes the reading. Remember that you have to also use logic and follow the rules. What are the rules? You have to, play a little bit of hard to get, just a little bit. Be yourself. I don't want you to change who you are, but you have to nip in the bud some of the ways that you can, with in the past with the Taurus. You don't want to give yourself so easily and all of that. You want to stay in the same rhythm that you're in now. I know he is. I know he is. Don't overdo it. Don't underdo it. Just stay in the same rhythm. And then when you solidify it, then you can, and you see he's he's the one that has to call you. He's the one that has to text you. If you're popping in, going, poke, poke, good morning, or whatever, the way you are, I say that with love. But, your bubbly self, stop it. He's got to call. He wants to hear from you, he calls you. Because if you make it easy for him, that's your fault. That's your problem and your fault. I'm telling you what to do. Stop it. He's got to be the one that, I haven't heard from you. Oh, I was busy. Sorry. Oh, but wait, can I talk to you more? Okay. Yes, but you have to give him sweetness though. A lot of sweetness and compliments, and be very detailed because he needs that. Leo is very sensitive. More than you, more than water. Leo is very sensitive, extremely, no matter what they say or show. So he likes elegance, he likes good manners, he likes kind. You got to be very proper, okay, with the Leo. But you're doing fine. You're doing fine. He likes you. Just make sure that the you he's seeing, he likes more of it. He likes more of it. So you're getting ready to show him little bits, and when he tells you, oh, I really like that, make note of it. He's telling you he liked that part of you. He's telling you he liked it. He's vocalizing it. Show him more of that side of you. If you talk about a hobby you love and he's like, oh my God, I love to hear you talk about that, do it more. Follow the lead. Follow what he's, I like that. So he's very sensitive, and what he likes back is for you to make him feel like he is the center of your attention. If for one moment when you're out with him or he's really trying to connect and you blow him off a little bit too much, that's not the way to speak to a Leo. He likes the undivided attention when he needs it. When you see that he's really trying, you absolutely, thank you so much, you're so sweet, very kind, make him feel heard, but not all the time. Just when he's, Dark numbers? What do you mean? Like in numerology, you mean? Okay, so all you need to do is tell him, okay, this is where he's going to admire this from you. You're going to say, you need to, because your Scorpio rising can, let me put it this way, fuck up. There's no other way to say it, and I'm not going to finesse it. Your Scorpio rising can absolutely fuck up the connection with the Leo. Your Aries is just fine. The Cancer is just fine. The Cancer moon and the Aries sun is fine, but that Scorpio rising, it's difficult, okay? Really hard. So you got to be honest. So you can say, okay, you sound like a genius right now. I'm really trying to follow what you're saying, and it's amazing, but I'm lost because you're giving me brain freeze. Can you slow down a little bit, genius? And then he'll laugh. He'll laugh, and you will be honest. You cannot zoom out and be like, yeah, because that's fake, and he'll see right through it. So you can't, honesty, humor, respect, that's something that a Leo really likes. And you go be like, okay, all right, I'm not shutting you up, but please be patient. I am trying to follow you and you're amazing, and compliment him and say, but hang on a minute. I'm not a math person. I'm trying. I've always admired that, but I'm not. Can you, and he'll laugh and say, oh, okay. Can you explain it to me this way? I don't understand it. Okay? Yeah, don't do that next time. Don't make that mistake next time. When he listens to what you're saying and you change the subject, because he's going to be like, okay, that's insulting. You didn't mean it, but don't do that. That's fine. I don't care what it's about. It could be about owl turds. I don't give a shit. Whatever the hell he's talking about. Just be honest and, just say, it sounds amazing, but I don't know anything about it, and it's making me get brain freeze. I'm very interested, but you're going to have to take it in baby steps, please. What do you mean by that? Okay, it sounds great. Show him the eye contact. Show him that effort. Show him that. But don't be in a situation again where he changes the... That's good that you admire his passion. That's good. But your Scorpio rising is silent, and he can take it as you're boring. You're so boring. Make the effort when he's talking about something that's boring. Make the effort. And you don't understand it, but you want to try. And be honest with it, because that's going to be the anchor the rest of your life. You don't want to marry somebody you're going to say, okay, goodbye, bye, I don't want to hear you. You don't want to do that. You're not going to sit there being at his level of aviation, but you gotta, this is a Leo. This is a double Leo. And they do not want to feel like they are boring, because that's not romantic. He will not see that he's sexy in your eyes, and that's the beginning of a connection. So you've only had 2 dates. You really gotta not just say, oh yeah, you're really great, I admire your passion. Do harder. Try to understand what he's saying. And he'll realize he can't talk to you about those things, but he's gonna teach you things. You're gonna end up learning something through him, and he's going to be your teacher, and he's going to end up being in your eyes. He's going to be like, my wife doesn't understand me, but I've taught her so much. She's my work in progress. Like, she's somebody that I could tell her my stories all day long, and she's going to get it because she loves me. She gets me. You want that. Because he wants to teach you, because he's in love with the subject, and he lights him up. It gives him wings. And if you spoke to him about magic or about the things that you're obsessed with, you would want him to not say, yeah, I admire your passion, that's great. You want him to be like, what's that about? I don't know about that. Can you teach me? Like, what do you know about it? Why do you like that? Okay, so be honest and say, I know nothing about that. You can teach me a little bit. Well, you should get this book. I don't know if I'm going to read that right now. I think if you get me into the subject, I'll consider reading it, but this is foreign to me. Honesty. Open honesty. But you got to deliver things with words the way he's feeling it. You see, you can be direct and have no tact, or you're just letting out of your mouth what you feel. Okay, that's honesty, but you have to also take into consideration where their feelings are at. And if he's enthusiastic, you want to feed that enthusiasm. You see? Yeah. So I think this is a win-win. And the reason that I took the time extra to tell you this stuff is because the beginning of a relationship, when you're dating, you're blunt-mouthed, but I think if you start feeling that he's sensitive, and you start considering that it's going to ears that are delicate, that you know that he's hopeful, that he sees in you. He wants to be able to see his future wife where he can call you up and say, babe, oh my God, blah, 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 stuff, and you'll be like, oh, cool. And you're not going to be at his level, but you know he's going to share with you. If you don't put that in, it's dead, and you don't want that. So you know, connect, genuinely connect, and you got to let him know the truth. This is new to me. If you teach me, I might love it, but you got to be patient because I don't know anything about this. I'm not going to be reading books. No, you should read this book. I'm not going to read that book right now. You got to make me love this subject and take it in baby steps. This is new to me. You're my teacher. I don't know about this. He'll be like, oh, all right, here we go. And he's going to enjoy that with you. It'll be part of what adds to the relationship. So the reason I took this extra time to tell you that is because this relationship can lead to marriage. It is something that is worth your while to, you know, stay with. And you don't want to ruin something in the beginning. As you can see already with a Pisces and another Pisces or whatever he was, Sag or whatever the story was, in the beginning, those are just examples, but you know what I mean. In the beginning, you see how delicate it is in the beginning? You have to be the diva, he has to be the, you know, you have to form it in the right structure so that you don't, so it stays that way. He'll look at you in that way the rest of your life together, and it doesn't ruin. He's not going to see you as this wonderful woman, and then you end up being a blockhead. Oh God, she's so boring, I don't want to, you know, you gotta, right? You gotta bond. So that's why I'm telling you that, so that you don't hang up from this call or whatever, this stream, and then you go off and make mistakes. I want you to be, you know, your top game where, you know, because this is an important beginning for you. I'm not treating this like this just, you know, boyfriend that wouldn't work out like Jan or Sean or whatever the hell, Shun. This is something more than that. So yeah, okay, sweetheart. Thank you so much for getting a reading with me. I do believe it closed, right? Yes, did I ask if it closed? Yes, it closed. You know everything is good. Yeah. So what we'll do is, about the magic part, you can just text me and then I'm gonna ask questions on my own. I'm gonna ask questions on my own to see what that entails. I'll talk to you, I'll call you. And at that point, when you're ready, just text me and then I'll go and do my part of asking what, where, how, when, and all that. And then we'll meet eye to eye and then we can discuss it and then go from there with whatever you decide, okay? All right, sweetheart, thank you so much. All right, so I have one reading to do for Crystal. I usually end at 4. My stream was a new schedule, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do have one more person on the list. Let's see, I'm getting a question up here from Ramu, right? Renu? You said, I'm a little confused if I should wait for my ex, whom I genuinely love, never unloved, even after the breakup, or should I move on? I want to meet him. What should I do? Okay, so did you book a reading with me, sweetheart? You can book one, but I'm not going to be able to do it till tomorrow. I'm open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm running a little bit late on the stream because I have a Crystal's reading to do. I believe that's her name. No, Elise, Crystal, someone, I don't know, Elise? Elise, there we go. Oh yeah, Elise, yes. All right, so Reno's asking, I don't have a reading with you. Did you book one with me, Reno? I have one with Elise. Yes, you're next, Elise. Thank you so much. I'm about to start your reading. You're from India. I assume the timing won't match. Right, so you didn't purchase a reading from my shop? So I don't have you on the list. Okay, sweetheart? If you want to buy one, I can, I'll be here tomorrow, Eastern Standard US time, Monday through Friday. Okay? All right, I'm gonna, oh, I see what you're saying. Well, welcome. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I'm only gonna be focusing on Elise. All right, sweetheart, let me clear the energy. Go ahead and let me know what your concern. So this type of reading that you got is based on a certain type of concern that a person has or a question. Okay, that's fine. So it's a love reading, right? And you want to know what, is there like how would you phrase the question? Like, do you want to know if you have a future together, or is he, are you going to be boyfriend and girlfriend, or like what do you want to know about the Gemini? So this is question based, concern based is how we look into this reading. Oh, okay. So it's a female and female connection, correct? Female love. Is what you're saying, sweetie? Or are you saying that it's a girl because of a baby? I'm confused. I'm just trying to understand. Okay. So it's, yes, that it's female to female, you mean? Okay, not a problem. All right, sweetheart. Thank you. But next time, just give me your sign. So you're both Geminis? No. You're another sign? That's how I do it for everybody. So sign to sign. So just the like Gemini and Scorpio. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. That's how I operate, is sign to sign. Okay, let's find out. Let's first do a relationship check.